What's up guys, Peidmonte89 here with Rimefire Warrior Part 2, and we're going to be talking more about the 22 today. That's what this is all based off of. 22 is the most affordable caliber to shoot, most controllable to shoot, and the guns that shoot them are often the most affordable as well. I'm going to show you a couple of guns here today. Going to compare and contrast between centerfires, popular centerfires for people on a budget for a SHTF versus the 22s that we have out in the market, that we've had out in the market as well. So let's just take a look at it. Nice rifle here today that you can get for really cheap, but there's drawbacks to it. And it's a very proven design. Alright, it's been around for a very long time. You can find them on the surplus market from anywhere from $90 to $150. Just depends on where you go and what state you live in. Here is a Mosin Nagant 9130. I've got two here. I bought four in case the need arose. I needed something powerful. I have them here. Affordable, yes, they're affordable. They're easy to field strip, but there's a lot of drawbacks that come with it. They are pretty reliable. The fact that they are bolt action, it is the nature of bolt action guns, and bolt action rifles in particular are my favorite kind of rifle. It has a 5-round capacity with a box magazine, which you could easily field strip the whole gun. Yeah, 5-round magazine. Shoots the very potent, very powerful 7.62 by 54R. It's the next step up from the AK-47 round, which is the 7.62 by 39. And below that is the 7.62 by 25, which was more of the handgun round. This one in particular actually is Russian, 148 grain bullet, and the R stands for Russian rimmed, so very nice. But unless you're getting the corrosive stuff, which isn't good for your gun, and SHTF, in my personal opinion, if you care about your gun, it's going to be rather expensive. Okay, it's going to be in the medium range prices of the 308s. So it's not exactly cheap because they're 20-round boxes, just like this 223 here. 223 is a lot more affordable. It's a little, I mean, it's not little, it's a lot weaker than the 7.62 by 54R, but you get a lot of benefits to the 223 that I think that you can't get with a lot of the other ones, including the 7.62 by 39, the AK round. This is a 223, okay, and it's a 55 grain to a 65 grain bullet, roughly. I know they go down as small as 50 grain, 45 grain, but you know, I'd use the 55 and 60 grain because they're the cheapest ones to shoot. Very, very powerful for its size, and very weight efficient. But again, as inexpensive as 223 is, in the grand scheme of things, it's still not that cheap. Okay, it's 20-round boxes we're talking. And rifle rounds are the most expensive of all to shoot. So $18 flat, you get a 555 round box of this Winchester bulk. Yeah, is this the match grade stuff? No, it's just halo points. It's not going to be good. I mean, it can do the job if it has to in self-defense. Shot placement is key. But you know, for hunting, this is just fine. Okay, if you have a really good rifle with a good scope, or just a good shot in general, and you have a reliable rifle, I would say you're going to get about 500, maybe 515, 525 meals out of this. Okay, I wouldn't say all 555 rounds are going to go bang. In my experience, they do have a couple of problems with primers and stuff, but give or take, you're going to get a lot of food. Okay, if you can find 50 rounds for $1.50, are you kidding me? That's awesome. And looking at the 22, which is a 40 grain bullet, but if you look at the 22, and the 223, okay, big difference in size here, okay. This one weighs more, and it's only going to take a couple hundred of these to until you really start feeling it. Versus this, I could carry a couple thousand, no problem. Okay, Savage Mark II. Okay, this is the classic version. You can get it for, you know, relatively cheap. Bolt action. And one thing I'm going to tell you right now is if you're going to get something like a 22 for SHTF, I would recommend a bolt action for the rifle, and I'm going to show you why. A good friend of mine, the firearm guy, is going to show you a clip real quick. So thanks to him. Now let's watch this.
It does jam, however. That part's a fact. This gun does, as well as 22 long rifle. I really need to clean this GSG.
Okay, now as you saw, the semi-automatics can jam. Okay, they'll jam more than the bolt action. I mean, there's no problems with jamming with the bolt action. You know, if it doesn't fire, you just, okay, boom, and then just back in there for the next round. Now, granted, you're going to be stuck with a 10-round magazine, plus one in the chamber, but let me show you guys something at 100 yards. This is what I want you to look at, right here in the center here, okay? Now that's not bad, okay? That's going to be a headshot. Every one of those shots is a headshot, okay? If I'm shooting center of mass at the head, if I'm aiming here, it's going to hit anywhere in here, okay? And that right there, my friends, at 100 yards with a 22 out of a 21-inch barrel, my friends, that's a kill shot. Okay. I still find them used. These are semi-automatics, and they are the Remington Nylon 66s. Okay. Now there's a difference between this and a lot of the newer 22 semi-automatics out in the market today. Okay. And I'm going to show you real quick why that is. You're going to have, it's tube fed. Now, what I found to be true is that the tube fed semi-automatic 22s are a little bit more reliable than the 22 semi-automatics of the box magazine. Reference this, and then this Marlin 795 stainless steel. Very good gun too, by the way. As you can see, I got a sling for it and everything. Very size and weight efficient. Again, the nature of the 22. But it has a box round magazine, 10 rounds as well. It's still a very good gun. Don't get me wrong. I would recommend this gun to a guy that's looking for semi-automatic rifle. But, again, with the box magazine, I just find it's a little less reliable. Just a little bit. And when we're talking about long-term usage with a round that's very dirty and has a rimfire primer, I would highly recommend that you take consideration in reliability and get with either at least the tube fed if you want semi-automatic, but more so the bolt action with the little capacity to it, not the single shots. Talking about the box magazines. Pistols, okay? Now, like I said, I wish I still had the targets. I don't know what I did with the targets for my handgun. But, you know, alright, Ruger Mark III, okay? Love this gun, very good quality. Okay, 22 pistol. 10+1 capacity, so you have 11 rounds. Again, I know it's not the best nature of the 22 though. You will have guns out there that shoot a lot more, like 50, 80, 100 round drums for 22s, but they're not that reliable for the most part, and those guns are far few and in between. Another good gun would be the Ruger 1022 with the 25 round magazine. We also have revolvers. Okay, now this is what I would actually choose. Not this particular model, but a revolver is very, very reliable. Okay, if it gets dirty, it's probably going to go bang more often than the semi-automatic. Nature of the beast. Once again, you're going to be limited to anywhere from 5 shots from the North American Arms, 6 to 10 or 11 shot cylinders. So if you can make your shots count early on in the gunfight, you can stop somebody. Now, they're not the most effective in handguns, or in rifles for that matter, okay? But that said, it's better than nothing, and you're going to carry a lot more rounds on you. Okay, automatic, you'll like this gun a lot. It eats a lot of the crappy ammo too. But again, if you're stuck with only crappy ammo, this don't jam, okay? Let me show you why. Because if I was to pull this trigger and it jammed, okay, it might stovepipe, or I might have to rack the slide back or whatever. Now this, I just, okay, now let's say that one was a misfire. Just pull it again and it goes bang, okay? By the way, don't dry fire 22s. It's actually not very good for the gun. I'm only doing it for demonstration. And Charter has copper-plated firing pins. So they're a little bit of an exception to the rule, but still it's not good practice in my opinion, unless you have snap caps in. So that's a couple of guns. Now you also have like things like the SKS. It's going to be a little more expensive, not much more. But, you know, for a lot of people, the Mosin's going to be what they go to because it's all they can afford. Problems with it. It's very big and bulky, unlike the 22s we just saw. Okay? Ammo's expensive, and it's kind of heavy. Alright? It's a 9-pound gun. For a lot of people, it's also going to be just too long. Okay? If you're going through the woods or something like that, you might not be able to maneuver or whatever, or in an urban area, not be able to maneuver it. This gun will be good for if you're just staying in your house bugging in. Or bugging out in open flat areas for hunting. But in cramped up areas, unless you're going to modify this gun, I don't really recommend it. Alright? And another thing you got to worry about is this round, because it's so powerful, will go through houses, go through people, and into other things, and possibly targets you don't intend to hit. Okay? This can go through certain tank armors. Okay? That's so right there. I don't really intend on using it for anything other than recreational because it's just too dangerous to do so otherwise. You've got to worry about size and weight and how much ammo you can carry. Okay? It's going to go to the 22. Alright? Now let's look at two of our friends here and let's watch these clips that show you the power of the 22. And we're going to have Prepperkip. Brother Kip, take it away.
Hey, it's Kip here. Are you a rimfire warrior? Because I am. Today I'm going to be shooting this 22A Smith & Wesson Optics Bushnell TRS-25, and we're going to be shooting the CCI Mini Mag, hollow points, 1260 feet per second. These will get the job done. Check it out. This is a 3/4 inch piece of plywood. Let's see what the CCI Mini Mags can do. Here's that 3/4 piece of plywood. There's 10 rounds, about 3 feet away. There's the exit. Now I'd say that's thicker than your skin. I wouldn't want to get hit with that, because that would end the threat.
guys show us what it can do, what a 22 can do to a door with steel reinforcement.
I like the 22 long rifle because it allows you to stay on target because there's no recoil. Makes it better for precision shooting. I enjoy it for training purposes without spending a lot of money. Defensive purposes work well too. And when I do get my wife out here, the first question she asks, did you bring the Walther P22? Because that's what she wants to shoot. I find that female shooters enjoy this round because lack of recoil, and they feel that they can control it and manage it. That's very important, because if people feel out of control, they won't enjoy shooting at all.
You know, everybody, I said to somebody, everywhere from a mafia hitman to an armed force assassin to a little old lady with a shaky hand, okay? And that's why it's just such a great round to get familiar with. So if you're new to guns and you're looking for something for SHTF, WROL, if you're worried about that happening in the near future, or just in general, and you're not familiar with guns, I'd say get a 22 first, or at least right now if you're worried about something happening tomorrow. As time goes on, a 223, a 9mm, excellent cartridges as well. Again, you got to get your finances together before you can buy all that stuff. Guns cost money, and so do ammo. 22s are a little bit cheaper, and you'll be able to shoot all day and get really good with those guns. So with that said, I'm out. Peidmonte89 out. Remember, anti-gun is anti-American. Special thanks to Prepperkip and the Firearm Guy. Take care, guys, and keep those guns loaded.